Okay. Why do you think the spread hasn't changed? I just took a set of data and I moved it over. I didn't change how much it was spread out. Just took the whole set and moved it right over on the axis. Okay? All right. Let's see what happens when instead of adding a scalar, that's called, we'll put this into list 3. Pen. I'll write it in a different color. So let's just take what was in list 1. I'm always going to go back to list 1. And instead of adding 100, I'm going to multiply by, we'll go 25. Now again, in my calculator, I'm going to do the same little trick. Do you need to see that again on the screen? The little trick, or can you do it this time? Okay. I think you don't want to see it again. Alright, so list 1 times 25. And did your calculator perform the magic that you thought it would? What's 7 times 25? 175. 250. Okay. How do I get my calculator to give me the mean and the standard deviation for list 3? Okay. I'm going to hit my stats. I'm going to go over to calc and do one of our stats. What do I have to do to make it give me list 3 out? Second 3. Got to tell it list 3. List 1, I didn't have to tell it. Any other list, I have to tell it. Alright. My new mean is 154. .17. My new standard deviation is 76.5. My new median is, thank you, and my new max is my new IQR is 200 minus 75, which is 125. How do you tell it to get list 3? So I go stat, calc, one bar stats, and then I got to tell it list 3. So I hit the second key, and then I hit the number 3. Okay. Okay. We're all caught up, sir? Come. Alright, there's my new statistics. Did the standard deviation stay the same this time? Did any of the numbers stay the same from list 1? But how much did they change? So what's 6.17 times 25? What's 3.06 times 25? What's 7 times 25? What's 5 times 25? They all changed on a scale of multiplier of 25. Okay? Now let's see why that seems right. certainly the center has to have moved. The center of this distribution, couldn't be 6 anymore. It's got to be centered somewhere between, 50 and 250. And so, my mean and my median are going to move up. When I multiply by 25, I have taken that set, and I've moved it directly. I've moved it over, and these numbers are much more spread out than they were before. 2 is 1 away from 3, but 50 is 25 away from 75. Three is just 4 away from 7, but 75 is 100 away from 175. So these numbers in my second list are certainly a lot more spread out, or in list 3, sorry, than they were in list 1 by multiplying. Okay, now the fun part. As in my example with changing my temperatures, if I go back to that, we are essentially multiplying by some number and then adding a negative number. So we're doing both of these kinds of transformations. One of them is the second step we have here is what we did in list 2. The first step is what we did in list 3. So let's see if we can predict what's going to happen. We'll put this in list 4. If we take our list and let's multiply it times, we'll multiply times 5, multiply by a scalar, and then add on 10. So how are we going to put that in our calculator? Should put it in the calculator just like that. List 1 times 5 plus 10.
And then I'm getting it now, so it's in the partial.
Okay. Oh. So, do you want me to show you on the calculator? Can do this one. So I'm going to go over to list 4. If you don't want me to show you, I won't. I'm going to take each value and multiply it by 5 and add 10. 2 times 5 is 10, plus 10 is 20. This is what my calculator is doing for me. 3 times 5 is 15, plus 10 is 25. And so forth and so on. So we get 45, 45, 8 times 5 is 50, and 60. Now, I don't actually need to put these in my list because I can follow a little formula here to figure out what's going to go on to the changes here. If I take 6.17 and I multiply it by 5 and add 10, I do all of the transformations when I talk about my measures of center. What's my new center?